Hey guys, welcome to the Extra Point. It's your host, Mark Anthony, with Joel. We got a good video for you guys. It's Overreaction Monday. Let's jump right into it.
Yeah, let's go. Hope everybody had a good weekend, action-packed weekend. Let's just go ahead and start out right off the bat. So Mark, is FSU overrated?
Oof. See, most people would say that's an overreaction, but I'm going to say that is not an overreaction. I think FSU is a good team with good qualities.
Mm-hmm.
And they just got, it's college football. They're going to lose those crazy night games on the road. I don't think it's very close to an overreaction because don't forget FSU last year won 2 games.
Sure.
So Mike Novell, like he's been, moving his team, this roster so fast. It's just, it's not this team. I don't expect this team to win 10 plus games because it's so new and there's not enough chemistry on the offensive line, with the receivers and the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think FSU is a good team, so I don't think they're a pretender. Okay, I got one for you, Joel. It is time for USC to fire Lincoln Riley after their performance versus Illinois.
Definitely. Let's count. Look, Lincoln Riley is a phenomenal coach. I feel like if he were just to focus on QBs, that should be his title, QB Whisperer, and that's it. I don't think he should be coaching any team at the moment. He just needs to let him go. They spent too many years struggling, and now that they're in the Big Ten, I mean, they cannot hold any of these Big Ten teams. Like, there's no way in hell they're going to beat Notre Dame this weekend. So I just don't see USC holding on to the Lincoln Riley anytime soon. I'm sorry. It was just a pathetic performance last weekend, losing to Illinois. So, yeah, especially that defense. They had back-to-back terrible defense. Even a couple years ago, they had when it was they couldn't really mount anything, even though he was a Heisman winner. So,
right, I do like what you said about Lincoln Riley has the opportunity to make himself leave the head coaching position and really focus on quarterbacks. Developing Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Caleb Williams,
Jalen
Gabriel, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
That's a great point to make. And Lincoln Riley has not figured out how to hire a defensive coordinator to take care of that. That's a good take. Really good take. Okay, let's jump into our next one. What we got?
Let's start with this. What you think about the Oregon at Penn State game?
I got to watch the highlights. I didn't get to watch that game. I was more invested into the Bama Georgia game.
Oh, yeah.
that was a good game.
It was hard. Like, if you didn't have split screen that night, I can understand. Like, it's either one or the other. But I mean,
right.
That game was crazy too.
Absolutely. I think it's time. I guess, and then this overreaction, I would say, should Penn State move on from James Franklin?
I mean, at this point, do you think there could be any better options at this point? I mean, what does Penn State have to lose? James Franklin can't really he can't overcome that big game moment. Big moments aren't his thing. And I mean, I have some stats to back that up. I mean, Penn State are 1-15 versus top 5 opponents, 4-21 versus top 10 opponents, 15-30 versus top 25 opponents, and then in their own conference alone, they had 2 juggernauts that are back-to-back, in the Big Ten championships. They're 4-17 against Michigan and OSU. So I'm saying, he's a good. Don't get me wrong. He's a good coach. He brings in a lot of wins. But can the fans count on James Franklin to overcome that extra, hump and get them to the final?
I gotcha. Good
It's
deal.
just it's just hard. It's hard. It's hard for me to still believe in a guy, and especially believe in their QB. The QB, I think he's a joke. I think
Yeah.
he's a joke. I mean, what is he, a sophomore at this point?
He's a senior actually.
He's a senior. Well, I think at this point, I mean, you should know better. Overtime, how are you just gonna throw it on three guys covering one receiver? That's crazy in overtime.
Yeah.
Their run to the ball is so good. That's their identity. Run the rock.
Yeah.
Like they could have easily put that game away.
They literally returned their 2-star running backs. I believe it's Katron Allen and what's the other guy's name?
Is it? It's not Singleton, right? No.
Something like that. Katron Allen and I don't know, but they have a two-headed running back combination, and it's just
They have a running back duo. Like literally, there shouldn't be any
Nick Singleton and
Singleton. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Katron Allen, something like that. I gotcha. Yeah, unfortunately, they lost that game in overtime.
Yeah, terrible. I mean, and what's even crazier about that game too, D Moore, he's only a sophomore.
True. Well, is he a redshirt sophomore?
He's a redshirt, yes.
Gotcha. That's even more impressive. Like he didn't get to play like that.
He didn't get to play. They got a lot of speed, especially in their receivers. It's kind of like how, Texas was with their speedy receivers. How when they had Xavier Worthy, they had Eddie Mitchell. These guys are quick, fast, and tall, big. Like,
yeah, they fast and they strong and they big.
Yeah. No, overall it was just a good game. I just feel like James Franklin, I feel like because I have a buddy too at work, and he talks about how, man, they could have just kept it to the script, run the ball, they would have won this game easily.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, what's next on the list? What we got next?
We got is Brian Kelly in the hot seat for LSU.
Is that an overreaction? It's Brian Kelly in the hot seat. I think that's overreaction. I think Brian Kelly has put himself in a position to consistently be like under the microscope. But at the end of the day, he's a great coach in a tough conference. And I think LSU year after year, they have very difficult schedules. I mean, the defense looks like a national championship winning defense. It's just the offense is not where it should be, especially with one of the Heisman favorite quarterbacks in Garrett Nussmeier.
Yeah,
he has enough experience, and LSU generally, recruits top receiver talent. We see that time after time. With Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors, Jettas. So there's always those cats around. So it's just like, why is this LSU offense so abysmal? That's something Brian Kelly's going to address. But as regards as him being the hot seat, I think he's safe. And kind of like you said about James Franklin, like what else options are there at the moment? But I think Brian Kelly would be okay.
That's a good take. Yeah.
Okay, and the next one is Cam Moore. No, Cam Moore, the number one pick at the 2024 NFL Draft, is a bust. Is that an overreaction, or what do you think?
No, I don't think so. Like they're not any better than they were last year. I mean, they're technically worse this year, and why not be the worst and go for the number one pick? So you can't be mad at him if they're gonna tank the season again. Like, hey, let's just tank it.
Gotcha.
And go for number one pick.
Wow, Cam Moore to be the bust. I think the last quarterback, the last number one overall pick that was labeled as a bust was probably, I think Bryce Young got very close to being labeled as a bust, but he kind of escaped that. I think he's like, a lower tier quarterback. And I'm a Panthers fan, so I'm honest with that. I think the last quarterback that was labeled a bust, man, who was it? I mean, Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is not a bust.
No, Kelly is not a bust. He's actually balling out right now.
Wasn't it?
He's good receivers.
Who was in the draft class with Zach Wilson and
Was it?
let's see.
I was thinking about. This is like further back. I was thinking about Mariota, but Mariota's still playing.
Yeah, I would call Mario a bust. He won games and he's still in the league. I think a bust in my definition would be like they're in the league for like 2-3 years and they can't get a job anywhere. Okay,
Johnny Manziel.
Right. So Cam Ward, he's labeled a bust. Caleb Williams, he's not. Bryce made it. Trayvon Walker, he was a defensive player. Trevor Lawrence, not a bust. Joe Burrow, obviously a superstar. Kyler Murray, decent. Baker Mayfield also had busts like early on in his career, but obviously
he was in the wrong system.
Right, yeah, he was in Cleveland, but he took Cleveland to the playoffs and they still got rid of him. It was insane. Myles Garrett, 2017. James Goff, 2016. Jameis Winston, 2015. 2014, Jadeveon Clowney. He's also
Can you go back? Jameis Winston, was he ever did he ever actually run a team himself?
Jameis Winston I want to say he has like he has one season when he was with Tampa. I think it was 2017 or 2018. We had like the second or third most touchdowns ever in a season, or in yards. He had one super spectacular season where I think he threw for like almost 5,000 yards. It's like top 5 or top 4 best seasons ever for a quarterback. But that's the same season he also threw the most interceptions. So
exactly.
So, but I wouldn't label James Winston as a bust. I mean, I think it gets worse than that. Okay, so we have a defensive player. Offensive player in 2013, Andrew Luck, 2012, Cam Newton, Sam Bradford in 2010. That's a discussion right there. I can't remember him playing any type of good football.
I don't even. Who did you get drafted by?
St. Louis Rams. St. Louis Rams.
Bro.
He was with them. He went to the Vikings for a bit, and then I think he went to the Eagles for a bit, but didn't produce anything.
Mm-mm.
So almost 15 years since we had a bust for a quarterback. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just pieces around the Titans. The Titans aren't really focused on getting any receivers. I mean, they got 28-year-old running back, Tony Pollard. They got decent linemen, but do they really got any weapons to help them out?
True. I mean,
not really.
Yeah, it's just I think with the Titans right now, what they did is, what year did they draft Will Levis? Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So they spent all that draft capital on that quarterback. Didn't work out a season, and then you get the first pick. So when you have 2 bad drafts within like a 2 or 3 year span, you're gonna feel it right away. You're like, man, like you gotta hit your draft picks. If you can have a bad draft class and a decent one. And then a bad one, you kind of disperse the talent, But if kind of like who had a really bad drafting problem for a couple of years. I want to say it was like the Jets. Like all their first rounders they just weren't working out for like 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
Tackles, DNs. Zach Wilson was like the last guy in that era in the Jets where they were drafting guys and they wouldn't work out. I believe also the Eagles too went through that for a bit. Their first rounders were not panning out. And honestly, I think the Cowboys are in that. The only outlier recently was CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb, and after him, the first round draft picks have been kind of shaky.
They've been drafting linemen that haven't been living up to their standard. Besides Tyler, the first 2 linemen they got, one from OU, and the other one from some small school.
Didn't they get like something Booker?
They got for a guard, right?
I think so.
They always draft linemen. If it's not a good receiver, they're gonna have to go for a lineman. I feel like Tyler. They're all called Tylers or something.
If you want a big old baby, name him Tyler. He'll grow big as hell.
Yeah. If you want him to play at the Cowboys.
Overreaction. Dak Prescott will win the MVP. Am I overreacting?
I'm a Cowboys fan. I see it. He should have won it. But he should have won it. He should have won it. I mean, I don't see how. Honestly, I don't see how. Lamar Jackson won it that year. I feel like Dak could have won it that year too.
Who had better stats last year?
I feel like they just had a better record, and then Dak got hurt. He didn't play the rest.
Well, last year Josh Allen won MVP.
I think it was like 2 years ago when Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott were like neck to neck.
Gotcha.
But last year he got hurt, and we had to use our backup QB.
Oh, if I was walking around on 6th Street yelling out Dak Prescott's going to be MVP, people would give me a crazy eye. I'd be like, nah. Or people, you know what? I see that. That's true. You think?
Oh, out here, yeah. I mean, I feel like you'll get a good reaction.
Okay, well, nationwide.
No, it's just you're overreacting. We have a terrible defense. Yeah, we have a terrible defense. We have the worst defense in the NFL.
The Cowboys are like, you know what? We like the way Cincinnati Bengals play. A lot of points, no fucking defense.
No fucking defense. I don't know why we don't get Henderson from the Bengals. Isn't he like a free agent at this point?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott is playing so good. He might have a better season than Joe Burrow did last year. And I think Joe Burrow broke so many records for all the points and yards and touchdowns and missed the playoffs. I kind of see the same thing for the Cowboys. Dak is going to perform. He's on pace to perform really well, but that defense is going to let him down, unfortunately.
Yeah, it just depends how close the games are going to be, because every game, I mean, he already has 2 games that went down to the wire against the Eagles, and then now against the Packers.
Against the Giants.
Oh, and the Giants too. That's 3. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's 3.
3 games. Yeah. Besides the Bears, I don't know what happened there. They just got lit up.
Yeah.
I mean, I do see it. Even without their star receiver, they're putting up crazy numbers. You know, so it doesn't necessarily mean that CeeDee Lamb needs to be in the offense. Dak could throw it to anybody and be good.
Gotcha. What would you explain the Cowboys' offensive new identity this year compared to last year, without the fact that Dak is under center?
Well, we can finally run the ball. We have two running backs that are averaging over 5 yards a carry. That's not bad. So
absolutely.
So you're giving defenses you're telling them, we got to watch the run too. You something that the Cowboys were unheard of. They couldn't run the ball. We couldn't run the ball.
Right.
So now you're having these guys open up, and not to mention the receivers are faster this year too. We got faster receivers. We got Tolbert. We got Pickens. Pickens is basically unstoppable. Put 2 men on him, he's gonna catch it. Like if on a 50-50, Pickens is gonna catch it 1 out of 2 times. So yeah, that was a good pick. I think that was a good pickup by the Cowboys to get Pickens.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotcha. Got another one for you. Kind of switching over to the MLB. The Houston Astros failed to make the postseason. I believe it's the first time like in about 10 years, almost a decade.
Yeah, almost a decade. Yeah.
The overreaction would be the Astros need to start over and make a rebuild, or is this just an off year for the Astros? What do you think? What should they do?
So the Astros, they kind of been the standard in the MLB to make it because they basically been the Yankees' kryptonite. The Yankees can't get over the Astros. I don't know,
Right.
for forever. Uh, I mean, it might be an overreaction. I think it's just an off year. They got new players coming in. They also got old players that are still lingering. Then they probably need to get rid of. Try to get some draft picks for them. Yeah, I say it's an overreaction. Astros will still be the Astros regardless if they cheat. so so yeah, and also too. I mean, it's time I think for Altuve to hang it up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So going back, Rookie of the Year. You think after yesterday's dominant performance against the Chargers, you think Jackson Dart would be the favorite to win Rookie of the Year?
I think that's not an overreaction. I think Brian Dable has found something in Jackson Dart and the way they move that ball against a stellar defense. We're talking a maybe not top two, but number one defense in the league.
Yeah.
And they were just, they were moving the ball as they needed to, and it was a close game. But when you have a rookie quarterback and rookie running back, those guys carried a lot of weight on their shoulders. And Jackson Dart really performed well. I just want him to stay healthy, but if he can play like that, I think he's the front runner for the Rookie of the Year. Other rookies, obviously, Cam Ward, not going to happen, buddy.
No.
Who else we got? I can't really think of any defensive players that are jumping out right now.
No.
Offensively, I know who's having a great year up in
Golden.
India.
Golden's putting up a pretty good performance.
Golden, he is. I think Golden, he might be up in the front race, but also Tyler Warren for the Colts, the tight end, the guy that came from Penn State. If he continues to get fed by Daniel Jones, by Indiana Jones, he might put up a good fight. But as of right now, I think Jackson Dart was the best.
He just needs to protect himself, really. Don't try to run over a 300-pound lineman.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't keep doing that, because honestly, there's a lot of quarterbacks that were drafted that are not playing. You got two on the Browns roster not playing, Shador and Gabriels. I believe Quinn's not playing.
Quinn's not playing.
What's the quarterback that went to the Saints? What's his name?
Oh, Spencer Rattler?
No. His backup, the rookie. He came from Louisville. Tyler Shotton, something like that.
Oh, I thought Spencer Rattler got drafted this year too.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler got drafted 2 years ago.
What the fuck, really?
Yeah, he was there when Caleb Williams was with Oklahoma. Remember?
Oh, okay.
And then Rattler transferred to
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler played last year. I mean, I gotta say, when did Spencer Josh get drafted? Yeah, 2024, last year.
Oh, last year. Okay.
My bad. Yeah, so not this year, but 2 years ago. Yeah, but so as far as rookies of the year, I mean, any good defensive players that are having a great campaign? Jalen Walker, he was a high draft pick. He went to the Falcons. He's not getting enough sacks in production.
Makumba started out really strong with the Eagles.
Oh yeah, Makumba. Yeah, you're right.
I think there was the second game of the season. He either had a pick six or like a fumble recovery. One or the other.
What was it? Against the Chiefs, he picked them off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, this might be one of the easiest years to win Rookie of the Year if you're a quarterback, because one, you're playing. all your buddies that got drafted ahead of you or a bit behind you and not been playing.
Yeah.
What else rookie quarterbacks are playing? JJ McCarthy, he's not a rookie.
No. He looks like a rookie. He already got hurt again.
Yeah. So no one NFC North, NFC West, East, besides Dart, South, nobody. AFC besides Cam Ward, he ain't gonna win it.
No.
West, yeah, he's the only rookie quarterback starting besides Cam Ward.
Yeah. Yeah. Last year's QBs are actually doing pretty good. Bonus is playing good. Well, Drake May is playing pretty decent with
Yep.
the Patriots. I don't know. Yeah. So no, I think it's just really Jackson Dart who's playing.
Jackson Dart doesn't win Rookie of the Year.
Something crazy can happen. Like I said, the Giants are cursed.
It's either Jackson Dart wins it or they give it to Scatterbull, but they'll probably give Scatterbull like the rookie offensive player of the year. Because there's like a defensive player of the year, offensive, and there's like the rookie of the year.
Yeah, the scatter who's playing like there's no tomorrow. That man leads with his helmet.
Every play, man. I bet you the team doctor's like, hey, we gotta boost the insurance on this guy.
Yeah, they put that medical safety helmet on him. Probably knock people out more.
Right? He run the ball like this and go, oh, gotcha.
Here's a fun little nugget. Since here in Austin, Austin FC, they're hosting Nashville for the U.S. Open Cup. So that's pretty cool. Austin FC played for their first cup.
Nice.
In franchise history. So
hell yeah,
rooting for them. Hopefully they bring it home.
That's great, right? Oh, bring it in. Let's try and bring it in. Now let's go Verde and Black. We're so close to winning this. I don't care if it's a small cup, big cup. Let's win a cup and bring it home. We're still in a playoff mix. We'd like to be higher ranking, but there's still the season's it's coming. The regular season's coming to end shortly here in a couple weeks. I think it already ended, right? Or no?
No, it's still going. I think they start postseason in October.
Okay, there you go. Gotcha. So if we can win this game, get that momentum going, be able to lock and be focused, that's going to carry us to the postseason. So let's get it, Diva ATX.
Hope you guys enjoyed a little short video. Please like, subscribe, and give us a follow.
Please.
I'm begging.
Please.
Hope you have a good
All right. Yeah, thanks. Y'all have a good one. Thanks.